Amen.
I think we are good to go, Doctor. I'll do a quick introductions. Welcome to everyone who has joined this conversation. Time when everyone is locked down, we just want to make sure that as empowerment, all the crucial conversations happen. Most of you have joined us using the WhatsApp line of 082-088-5262. We will be streaming using the EmpowerWorks YouTube. And if you are listening through the streaming channel, we are also welcome. I'm excited to kickstart this off with Dr. Aaron Lechuti. He's a life coach, a transformational speaker, an incredible brother, a man who shares not just his knowledge, but his wisdom and his heart. And the topic that he will be taking us through this afternoon is how to be your brother's keeper, especially during these difficult times. I have to do a small disclaimer and say the views expressed by Dr. Aaron Lechuti are his and not necessarily those of Empowerment. We are a platform and we are more than happy to have as many different views as possible engaging with a broader audience. And I'll hand over to him now to take us through this groundbreaking conversation thanks to digital and the ability to be online. And thanks to Rian Wena for being able to make sure that more people beyond just Zoom are able to participate in the conversation. It will be a presentation of about 30 minutes. I encourage you on social media to interact with us there so that the conversations continues. I'll ask you just to mute yourself if you have not been muted. And if you struggle with a little bit of connectivity, to perhaps not put your video on so that you can get a little bit more going on. So far, there are 56 of us. I'm expecting us as the conversation goes for those numbers to increase. Over to you, Dr. Aaron Lechuti.
Hey, Brother Shaba, thank you, my dear brother, and my brothers at large. It's a wonderful opportunity. I have about 20 minutes to do justice to the subject matter. Therefore, I will shoot straight. My subject matter is how to be my brother's keeper during difficult times. How to be my brother's keeper. In simpler terms, how to be there for you as my brother and when things are tough. What should you do to be there for me as a brother when things are tough? That's basically that. I want to start with the word care and break it down for us. The purpose of being there for your brother, number one, is to express care. Tough times can break one. Tough times can really render one powerless. It is a season in one's life that requires expressed intentional care. Intentionally expressing care. Now, the word care, I have broken it down. The letter C, show your compassion. Compassion. Compassion is love in action. Express your care for the brother. Express your care for him in the season he finds himself in. Drop a message, WhatsApp. Drop a mail via email. Short call if possible, but express care. Compassion is love expressed with the intention to soothe the heart. Compassion is love expressed with the intention to soothe the heart. Now, when a brother is faced with a tough time, the other brother may not necessarily have answers. You may not necessarily have solutions for the brother's problem, but the expression of care, showing compassion, will become an energy that sustains a brother when a brother goes through a tough phase. You may not necessarily be the subject matter expert with regard to what the brother is faced with, but the fact that you express your support eases the pressure on the side of the brother who's facing a tough time. So compassion is expressed intentionally, expressing love for the brother. I care for you, my man. I may not help you, but I'm with you, my man. I'm a chat away. I'm a call away. I'm a message away. I am with you. If your emotions allows you for me to come into your space, I'm willing to visit my brother. Because when we go through a tough phase, we respond differently. Other guys prefers to be alone, and others prefers to be surrounded. So you must always find out what works best for the recipient. Remember, it's not about you. It's about the fellow brother. So you must find out what works best for them. Do they prefer for you to come and spend an hour with them? Or do they prefer a call once in a while or a brief chat? Find out what works best for the brother in the state they find themselves in. Remember, we don't respond to pressure the same. So what works for you may not necessarily work for the other brother. So don't take it for granted that what works for you may be what will work for the next brother. Your genuine effort can be misinterpreted because it is a misfit. I'm going to say that again. Your genuine effort can be misfired, can be mistaken to be what it's not, because it is not necessarily working for the next brother. So in a smart way, try to find out what is it that which will work best for a brother when he finds himself in a tough state. So express compassion, care, compassion. Compassion means intentionally expressing your care for the next person. And the letter A is for available. Avail yourself. Avail yourself. Let the brother who's in trouble, who's faced with tough times, know that you are available. Remember, you are your brother's keeper during a tough phase. The first letter of care is C. I said it's expressed care, expressed love, expressed affection. You make it clear, my brother, I care about you. I may not have the solutions for your problems, but I'm here, I care. And the next letter of the word care is it's A, which means you must be available. Avail yourself. Let the brother know that you are available. And the next letter is reachable. Let the one who's in need not struggle to reach you. Moreover, when you have that brotherhood relationship, that covenant relationship, that relationship that says, I'm your keeper, I'm my brother's keeper. Be reachable when you know that your fellow brother is going through a tough phase. My dear brother, make sure that you are reachable, because there are times when a brother would want to talk to somebody who they trust, who they can open up to without fearing the consequences. I'm going to say that again. There are times when a brother who's under pressure, who's faced with a circumstance, will want to talk to a brother they can really trust and open up to without fearing the consequences of what they have said coming out tomorrow in one way or the other. So be reachable. Let this brother know that you are there for them. Be reachable. And the last letter, which is E, be earnest. Be genuine. For heaven's sake, don't be an actor. Be genuine. This person can feel your heart. Don't act. Let it be from your heart. Be genuine. When you do so, you ease the pressure on the brother. You create an environment of comfort. You make them feel that they matter. They may not be on top of their game, but they matter. Things may be falling apart, but they matter. My goodness, my brother, hear me well. They may be losing their business. Their relationships may be falling apart. They may be faced with a challenge that is putting them in a state of depression. But when you are earnest, when they feel the energy that what you say and what you do is from the heart, you are not an actor trying to collect points. You are a brother. You are genuine. My goodness, I'm going to say that again. You are not using a brother's state to upgrade your status in society, that you are better than this one. And after you talk to him, you go and tell others. Be earnest. Be genuine, my dear brother. Because the recipient of your heart, which is the brother in trouble, can feel the energy. They can read the energy. So be earnest. When you are earnest, earnestness expresses love of a highest form. And that love has a therapeutic effect. Earnestness has a therapeutic effect. It soothes the broken heart. It gives hope where there's no hope. So be earnest, my dear brother. Number one, be compassionate. Number two, be available. Number three, be reachable. My goodness, don't be a difficult okie who can't be reached. You want people now to follow systems to reach you when they're in trouble. Not talk to my PA. No, not drop a message. I'll come back to you later. For heaven's sake, a man is drowning. Don't be sophisticated. Sophistication is repellent. I'm going to say that again. Don't be sophisticated. Sophistication is repellent. You can't be playing big and difficult to get hold of when a brother is drowning. You are a lifesaver in this brother's state of affairs. So don't play big unnecessarily. Be as easy to reach as possible. It offers hope to the brother who is in pressure, who is in pain, who's faced with a number of issues which he is struggling to handle. My dear brothers, be earnest. I said that. That's the last point on my introduction. Be genuine. Genuineness is medicinal. I'm going to say that again. Genuineness is medicinal. It has a medicinal effect. It's like an injection to the soul. Genuineness is medicinal. My goodness, when a brother calls me and I'm drowning and he says to me, Lechuti, I am not in the position to literally help you, but whatever you go through, I'm here for you. Whether you fall apart, my brother, I'm here for you. Whether your name is dragged through the mud, I'm here for you. Whatever it is, that earnest, genuine expression has a medicinal effect. It's like an injection that soothes my soul. So, my dear brothers, for you to be effectively your brother's keeper, have compassion, be available, be reachable, and be earnest. Now, I want you to listen to me very well. During a difficult time of a brother, when a brother is going through a difficult time, 3 things that you must not do. My goodness, when your fellow brother is going through a difficult time, I want to highlight 3 things that you must not do to that brother. Number 1, do not impose. Don't come as a master of it all. Do not impose. Do not impose. Your approach may be proper for your conceptualization. How you have conceptualized the approach, it seems proper for you. But it may be a misfit for that person's mental and emotional state. It may be a misfit in that person's mental and emotional state. Do not impose. You are at your best when you just give an advice. And an advice can be taken or an advice can be rejected. So you are at your best when you give an advice. And an advice can be taken or an advice can be rejected. And when your advice is rejected, it does not mean the relationship is undermined. I'm going to say that again. When your advice is rejected, it does not mean emotional state and mental state. He cannot make sense of your advice in the state he is in. It does not mean your advice is valueless, but it means he cannot deduce sense out of your advice in the state he is in. So do not impose. You are at your best when you deal with a broken brother, a brother under pressure, when you give an advice. Do not impose. Please, my brothers, because imposition can build a wall between yourself and the very brother you are trying to support. Imposition can build a wall, a barrier between yourself and the very brother you are trying to support. So please do not impose. Number two, when a brother has opened up to you, do not expose what they told you. Please, for heaven's sake, Majida, Sifuba Bafet, Sifuba, Kipata Batabatu. Do not expose. This man is fragile. This man is vulnerable. This man is broken. He's trusting you with his nakedness. Do not expose. Rather, cover your brother's nakedness. Do not take advantage of your brother's face of difficulty and want to use that as your means to rise. That's witchcraft, gents. That's Majita, that's witchcraft. Don't use a brother's face and season of vulnerability as an opportunity for you now to overtake them. My brother, do not do that. It is witchcraft. I'm sorry for that. But Majita, imagine I take you into my private space and I show you my scars. I show you my depths and my flaws, and you decide to use them to end a platform using my downfall. No, come on. Do not expose, brass, with all respect. Do not, you are trusted with a person's transitional phase. Remember, they are not in that state permanently. It's a transitional phase. You are trusted with a person's transitional phase. They shall come out better. You don't want to regret when they bounce back. You don't want to fear to meet them when they bounce back because you took advantage of their vulnerability. Do not expose. Cover. Number three, do not dehumanize. Do not disregard. Do not disrespect. Do not dehumanize. When a brother is going through a phase, it's not an opportunity for you to play boss over his life. To play a master of life over his life. Do not dehumanize. Don't say things that will make them feel as though they are lesser people. They have messed up. It's not the time to show me my mess. I'm already in a mess. I'm already in a mess. Don't tell me you should have done it this way. We don't want to be told about what we should have done. We want to be told about what we can do to come out. So don't refer to what I did not do right. You are breaking me further. You are breaking me further. Tell me what to do to come out. So do not dehumanize. Respect. 3 things that you must not do. My dear brothers, I'm near enclosure. 3 things that you must not do when you are dealing with a brother who's going through a tough phase, you as being their keeper. Number 1, do not impose. It's not a lecture room. You're not a lecture. It's not a lecture room. Advice. Remember, an advice can be taken or can be rejected. And if it is rejected, it does not mean the relationship is developed. It means your advice is a misfit in this person's processing of facts. It does not make sense to him or her in that particular phase. So as you advise, it can be rejected. It does not mean you are disregarded when the advice is not taken. Number 2, do not expose. When I bring you into my private space and expose my scars to you, do not expose me. I've trusted you. I've trusted you. You've got to cover me. You've got to cover me. You've got to cover me. Number 3, do not dehumanize. Do not treat me as a lesser human being because my life is falling apart, because my things are not going well, because I'm failing in the very area which I used to exhibit mastery before. Things are now no longer going well for me. Don't dehumanize me. Don't treat me as a lesser human. I'm still your brother. I'm still a man. Respect me. Remember, difficult time is a phase. Difficult time is a season. It is a phase. Do not determine a brother's capacity through their inability to withstand a tough phase. Do not determine a brother's capacity through their inability to withstand a tough phase. I may be unable to withstand a tough phase, but that is not a license for the next brother to determine my capacity for life, my capacity for other pursuits. It is just a phase. Don't use a phase to destroy a permanent relationship. Don't use a phase to destroy a permanent relationship. Now, 3 points. Left with a few minutes. 3 points as I wrap up. Vulnerability. When a brother is going through a tough phase, they are vulnerable. When a brother is going through a tough phase, they are vulnerable. Vulnerability can be diffused by your availability. When you are available, your availability is an injection of strength, is an injection of hope. So their vulnerability can be diffused by your availability. Don't walk away from them when they are vulnerable. Walk towards them. Don't walk away from them when they are vulnerable. Walk towards them. Vulnerability can be diffused by availability. And when you deal with a brother who's going through a tough phase, you must exercise patience. You must exercise patience. It is not a quick fix process. You must exercise patience. So as you are availing yourself, sometimes they will not even appreciate your effort because of the state of emotion they are in, the psychological state they are in. They may not even appreciate your effort. So you must be patient with them. You must be patient with them. Be stronger, be bigger, be better. Be stronger, be bigger, be better. And the only way to exhibit that you are stronger, you are bigger, you are better, is when you practice patience. Be patient with your brother, because your availability can diffuse their vulnerability. They can gain strength from your availability. Number 2, your presence can preserve their sanity. Your presence can preserve their sanity. By being there, you give them hope. You give them hope. And that can preserve their working state of mind. Sanity, working state of mind. A mind that is functional. A mind that is still engaging logic and reasoning properly. A mind that is still engaging logic and reasoning properly. Sanity, a mind that is operational, a mind that is functional, a mind that can carry load and still keep focus. Sanity, a mind that can carry a load and still keep focus. That can be preserved by your presence in their lives when they go through a tough phase. When they go through a tough phase. Number 3, your attention can ease their pressure. Your attention, when you pay attention to them, when they share their story, when they speak their heart and you pay attention, you may not solve the issues they bring to the table, but the fact that you are paying attention can ease their pressure. When we help our brothers through their phase of difficulty, we help them to overcome toxic masculinity. They must not use the muscle power as a means to express frustration to those who are around them. They must not use muscle power as a means to express frustration. Against and towards those who are vulnerable, who are around them. We are protecting our sisters, we're protecting our daughters, we're protecting our wives from our own toxicity when we are surrounded by men who help us to tone down our toxic masculinity. My dear brothers, I believe that this brief talk has helped you, and it has added value which will help you to help others, or which will help you to deal with your own issues. We all go through tough times. You're not a loser when you are going through a phase of loss. Loss is an opportunity to re-engineer yourself, to go back to the drawing board and check your performance gaps and come with self-improvement plans. Loss is an opportunity to find a brother who can groom you in an area of the space where you thought you are a subject matter expert. Loss is an opportunity to take a break, to sit back and be rejuvenated by the love of those around you. Hold on, my dear brothers. It's not easy, but it's possible. You are not alone. We are in it with you. Reach out so that we can have access to reach back to you. God bless you. Remain strong, guys. Remain strong. Remain strong. Stay home. Stay safe. This is an initiative of empowerment, a platform created by empowerment. I'm from the Speakers Firm, and I am the Speakers Firm. Keep winning, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Feel your energy. I feel your compassion. I feel your passion. I really appreciate speaking so directly and passionately from the heart. And I hope that many people have taken inspiration from your talk, and it's medicinal and all those insights that we shared. Really appreciate it. This conversation continues on our social media, on the on Facebook, as well as on the EmpowerWorks YouTube, and all the questions that were asked on the chat group. We will make sure that Dr. Aaron Mukuna sees those, Dr. Aaron Lechuti sees those, to be able to continue the conversation. And for the first talk that we did, you really, really, really warmed my heart, and I appreciate it on behalf of Empowerment, and look forward to the next conversation thereafter. And for everybody that participated, we engaged with questions one way or the other. If you will remember, you will think back some of the questions, while they were not directly answered as you were saying them, they were certainly touched upon. I really appreciate it. And my brother, I can't thank you for more. And I really like when you spoke about the fact that we really need to remember that this is lockdown. We are in a confined space. We may not have our brother out there, but we know that people are there and they care. Really appreciate it on behalf of Empowerment. Thank you, my brother. And thank you,
my dear brother. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Thank you, sir.